Okay, what's up, guys? So I know it's been a while since Fact Faction. Since I reacted to a video of Fact Faction. It's not that I forgot about them. It's I feel like in a way that's the reason, but it's like no, it's I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess there's in a way I did forget about them, so I was trying to find a legitimate reason why, but I couldn't. So anyways, it's better late than never to react to their videos. This video I did remember when I seen they uploaded, but I never did get a chance to react to it. But 10 craziest police chases caught on camera USA. Yeah, there's some like really crazy police chases. I remember the one police chase I seen, and it was like YouTube's like most viewed video of the week. And the guy was recording the police chase on his TV. You just see him turn the camera outside. Same car, same amount of police cars right outside his house and things. Like you can see his house on the TV and then I'm like, that is crazy. I don't know if that would be in here. I highly doubt it would. But anyways, yeah, let's see some of the craziest police chases caught on camera. Probably one that they would have for sure is the O.J. Simpson police chase, because that would blow. Like that was, I remember when I watched the People versus O.J. TV show. And that was like the one thing that they were blowing up in the show and stuff. So yeah, it's that might be in here, but who knows? But anyways, make sure you go subscribe to Fact Faction. 25K away from 400K. Make it happen, people. Go subscribe to them. And that being said, let's get into this video. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. If you do, click out.
In today's age, people often have mixed feelings when it comes to law enforcement. Some people believe police officers are stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to proper protocol, while others believe power-hungry officers utilize their position to promote racist behavior. But no matter where you fall on the spectrum, chances are you're grateful to have officers around when it comes to high-speed chases.
OJ, yep.
Speed chases are an almost daily occurrence. But there are some that are...
For the longest as a kid, I always thought that the driver was OJ, but it was his friend. I never knew that. I didn't know that he was sitting in the back seat. I always thought that he was the one that was driving the car. Then I think I was reading it somewhere or something. Like, before the show had came out, that's why I seen it. I'm like, oh, it was his friend. He didn't drive the white Bronco. It was his friend that drive. And I didn't even know that was his friend's Bronco. Like, OJ's Bronco was in police, in their possession and stuff. I didn't know that it was his friend. So I'm like, stuff I never knew. So
memorable and crazy than others. Here are 10 of those chases. High-speed chases are nothing new for Los Angeles police, but every once in a while there's a chase that goes down in California history. This chase took place in September 2016.
Dang, GTA for real.
Little is known about the perpetrator.
Wow.
The chances are the shiny black SUV he's driving has been stolen. At this point, many officers are in pursuit of the vehicle and have successfully blocked several points of an intersection. It is very likely that the driver was intoxicated.
The car is on fire. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like smoking on fire. A sign is underneath you. It ain't like Grand Theft Auto. You could just run the sign over and keep on driving and things. Like, no. This is real life, bro. Like,
or somehow inebriated during the time
what
of the
is you
chase
doing?
Because he quickly panics while turning left through an intersection. He immediately slams the SUV into a metal pole and drags it a few feet. The SUV begins to emit smoke, and a small fire can be seen emanating from under the hood of the car. The driver attempts to back up, but cannot dislodge the vehicle from the street sign. Seconds later, the driver flees the vehicle, frantically running across the street. It is unclear whether...
like, he tried to run, but he said, nah, never mind, there's too many police cars. That was probably his plan. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get out this car. If there ain't a whole lot of police cars, I'm gonna run for it. But there's a lot that I'm laying down. Then he's like, he didn't get a good look, but he did like a double look, and then that's what he just laid down. He said, okay, I'm gonna chill.
Police threaten to shoot him, or if the man's intoxication causes him to fall.
Oh, they threatened to
but
shoot.
Nonetheless, he flails to the ground and is quickly apprehended.
Dang. I flipped
Earlier
for
this
you.
month, a South California police officer was watching traffic in Kershaw County when he witnessed a small black car careen past him at 105 miles per hour.
Wow.
The officer proceeded to turn on his lights and take after the vehicle. Expecting the car to pull over, the officer was surprised when the black car sped up, clearly attempting to leave the police car in the dust.
Wow.
The driver, 18-year-old Malik Shoulders, not only did not have a license, but had marijuana in the car with him. Afraid of the repercussions, Shoulders...
You're going to jail. Like, that's all you just gotta say about that situation. You're 18, you're an adult, you got weed in the car, you got no license. Bruh, that's 4 strikes. That's 4. You're supposed to stop at 2 so you won't do anything. You won't get no punishment. But you stopped at 4. Those 2 extra strikes, you're going to jail.
Thought it was best to flee.
Can't do
The
nothing.
officer radioed the chase in and remains calm throughout the duration of the chase. He watches as Shoulders, then unknown, continues to fly down the road. After several minutes, Shoulders swerves off the road to avoid hitting a truck and rolls the car at least 3 times.
Wow.
Shoulders' car lands upright, and he takes off again for several minutes.
Wow.
Finally, his car is too battered to continue.
He avid fan of Grand Theft Auto. Avid fan. Only a Grand Theft Auto fan. I flipped the car. Why not just lay there and pretend that you're injured? Like, okay, then the cop ain't gonna be that he might, but who knows? But I'm like, Dad, he is not taking no chances.
Continue much longer, and he comes to a stop near a strip mall. The officer is quick to move and grapples Shoulders to the ground. The 18-year-old is currently waiting a bond hearing.
Wow. Well, this video is kind of
Christmas
old, so
2013 was quickly approaching, and for many of FedEx and UPS drivers, that means a lot of overtime. One FedEx driver was making his rounds in Kansas City and was leaving a package on a front porch.
somebody
Turn
took
around and
his
find that a man had gotten into his delivery truck
Man.
and took off down the street. The employee immediately contacted the police, but it was a local news station that
Wow.
first located the stolen truck from their news chopper overhead. While the police scramble to catch up, the news team continues to follow the stolen truck from the air. As the man in the stolen truck ventures out of the neighborhood and onto a more populated street, the news team make commentary. Amusingly enough, the criminal seems inclined to obey traffic laws. He follows the established speed limit and even uses turn signals to change lanes. After several
Wow.
minutes, the police officers have caught up with him and surround the vehicle as the truck comes to a stop at a traffic light. One officer gets
Wow.
close enough to open the driver's side door, but the criminal
That's
steps on the gas and takes off.
GTA.
Picking up substantial speed, the driver leads police through a myriad of subdivision streets, desperate to evade them. A couple officers manage to lay down a spike strip ahead of him, and the right rear tire is punctured. As the man continues to drive the truck, the tire flattens and falls off the wheel entirely.
Wow.
Sparks emit from the back of the truck, and the man is forced to come to a halt soon after the truck itself catches fire.
Dang. Yeah, it's like you can't. Yeah, that's just he was doing good. So what's that right about there? 2 strikes? 3 strikes maybe. Either way, he's still going to jail. So Pepsi fan.
Last year, a high-speed
They took a
chase
Pepsi
in
truck.
Redford, Michigan.
That's what I'm gonna guess. That's why this video is titled Pepsi fan. They took a Pepsi
with
truck.
fairly comical results. The chase began on Highway I-696 near Farmington Hills when a young man and his friend fled from Michigan State Police. Both state and local police were quickly informed and followed the red SUV in a hot pursuit. Thinking it would be easier to lose the police by getting off the highway, the driver and his accomplice exit the highway in the Redford area. They continue to flee for several minutes until they accidentally collide with a Coca-Cola delivery truck. Both men leapt out of the vehicle and began to run on foot. The accomplice is quickly apprehended off camera, but the driver manages to run off the road and through a residential neighborhood. Unfortunately for him, a police chopper has been waiting from the air the entire time. They easily follow his every move as he leaps over fences and weaves his way through several backyards.
Man.
After a few minutes, the criminal makes an ingenious decision to hide under a trampoline. The chopper quickly radios to officers on foot, and the young man is quickly captured. Several commentators have joked that clearly the criminal was more of a Pepsi fan. In early December of last year, a Norwood, Ohio police officer
mad at the fact he probably would never drink Coca-Cola again. He see Coca-Cola that just bring back bad memories. So chances are, yeah.
Light around 2:30 a.m. Noting that the driver seemed to hug the traffic line and was slow to react to the red light, the officer pulled out after him, almost certain that the driver was intoxicated. The driver, a 36-year-old man named Ryan Brown, was not only drunk, but had 163 grams of marijuana in the car with him. Scared of police charges, Brown decided to flee, driving off around 80 miles per hour. The officer quickly followed. After a few minutes, Brown runs into an SUV parked off to the side of the road. Believing the chase is over, the officer gets out of his vehicle and approaches Brown. But Brown surprises the police by quickly recovering and driving across the lawn in order to escape. Brown quickly picks up speed, that is, until he rams his vehicle straight into a pole a few miles further down the road. The impact renders him unconscious. Once the officer notices that Brown is unconscious, he immediately fishes the criminal out of the vehicle and radios for an ambulance.
Yeah, probably busted his head and on the steering wheel.
In March of 2015, a man named Hector Puga got into an altercation with his wife. After showing up unannounced at her house, Puga declared that he would be taking his stepdaughter with him. Angry and afraid, the wife contacted the police.
His stepdaughter? I'm like, bruh, wait a minute. You're the stepfather? No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. You aren't you ain't the actual parent. Like, yeah, the biological parent. You're the stepdad. She could call you by your real name. Like, I know.
Already wanted for a previous altercation with his wife, Puga took off from her house, which resulted in an adrenaline-pumping chase through Los Angeles. Knowing Puga was armed and dangerous, the police followed at a cautious distance. After several minutes, Puga realizes that a chopper is overhead, and being caught is inevitable. Then he proceeds to stop in the middle of the street, get out of his SUV, and begins to fire his handgun at the police, yelling at them that he would not be going back to jail. Puga waves his gun around as he walks towards them, but is then shot on the right-hand side of his body. Miraculously, Puga manages not only to dive behind his vehicle, but to walk up to a nearby house where he collapses on the front porch. As blood oozes from his wound, the police surround the house and are stunned to see that not only is Puga conscious, but he is able to sit upright, watching them from the porch. The bloody scene lasts over an hour, until Puga, knowing he could die from blood loss, decides to surrender. Puga was then taken to a hospital and was treated for the gunshot wound.
Wow. Yeah, man, it's like you can't. He was acting. Yeah, it's like he was acting so hard, and he took that one bullet. He said, nope, I'm just gonna have to go to jail. I like, yeah, I just. You can't do stuff over the stepchild. You must have had a close relationship with that child. I'm just saying, like, you must have had, like, you forget, like, y'all done step, like, you were actual family. I'm just saying, like, you've known since birth. Like, were you the actual dad instead of stepdad, man? Come on.
Earlier this month, police officers in Polk City, Iowa, were informed that 16-year-old Bobby McNeil had taken off in a stolen vehicle.
Look like Kodak Black
McNeil,
a little bit.
who already had 3 felonies and 8 misdemeanor arrests at the time, was already well known by Polk City police. As McNeil continued to flee, more and more officers got involved. Spotting the stolen vehicle in a parking lot, one officer immediately follows. Afraid and angry, McNeil takes off again and flies down the road at an alarming speed. The officer is quick in pursuit and watches in horror as McNeil careens off the road to avoid a roundabout. The vehicle goes airborne and collides into a tree. As the car lands, a fire begins under the hood. The officer pulls over and immediately grabs McNeil, dragging him away from the fire. As the officer pins him to the ground, McNeil fails to mention that a second person, a 15-year-old girl named Malaya Cooper, was in the car. The officer had not seen her upon his approach, as she had been flung into the back seat upon impact with the tree. As more officers arrive on the scene, Malaya is found in the backseat and is quickly pulled out and taken to the nearest hospital. While McNeil survived from his injuries, Malaya sadly passed away. Many people believe she may have been saved had McNeil informed the officer he had not been alone in the vehicle.
Man, that is messed up. That's seriously messed up. Like, I'm like, if I'm going to get into a high-speed chase, I'm not saying that I will, but I'm just saying, like, if there is a day, where it led down to something like that, I'm just like, I wouldn't lead it on to into a chase. But I'm like, nobody can be with me. I'm just saying, like, everybody would have to get out the car. I'm like, no rider dies or nothing. Like, everybody has to get out. Get out, do what you're gonna do, run away. But this is my chase. Nobody else. Like, if anybody's gonna get hurt, it's gonna be me. So I'm like, I can't do that to other people, man. That's messed up.
On September 6th, 2016, Avondale, Arizona law enforcement officers were quickly informed that 3 men had robbed a local bank and had fled in a black SUV. As police sirens were heard approaching, 2 of the 3 suspects, Ruben Rodriguez
Dang,
and
he get beat up
Sergio
before he
Escobedo,
take
fled
his
the
buck
vehicle on
shot?
foot, hoping that by splitting up they would be able to escape. That left 31-year-old Steven Del Rio to continue driving his SUV while a news chopper followed him from above. Armed and dangerous, Arizona police followed at a distance, all the while communicating with the news team in the chopper who followed Del Rio's vehicle. They watched in surprise as Del Rio drives through a residential neighborhood and drops off a package to a waiting woman. Both the news crew and the police suspect that the package contained either cash or numerous weapons. Clearly the obvious drop-off, Del Rio continues to flee in his SUV, leading police on and off the highway until he makes...
It's like, how have you not noticed the helicopter? I mean, I don't understand these type of things, man. But anyways,
as Del Rio continues to flee, he is unaware that his 2 accomplices were apprehended and had already confessed to the robbery. Believing he is at last free from pursuit, Del Rio attempts to turn right at an intersection, only to be suddenly boxed in by unmarked police cars. Del Rio quickly opens fire at the officers, but is fatally shot through the windshield seconds later.
Man.
Later on, Rodriguez admitted that all 3 men had robbed the bank in an attempt to pay off debt for drugs.
Fatal collision.
In 2016, Seattle police were informed that a young man had stolen a 2002 Honda Accord at gunpoint and had taken off into one of the city's neighborhoods. The police were immediately
never heard of
after
this.
the incident and found the stolen vehicle not long after. Knowing he was about to face serious
This happened
charges,
last year? Yeah, I didn't hear about this.
the suspect decided to flee in the stolen vehicle and was pursued by an officer through the neighborhood. The criminal successfully manages to both evade police and avoid other vehicles for several minutes until he attempts to make a turn at a fast speed, colliding with another vehicle. Said vehicle was being driven by a 21-year-old man who, along with his dog who was also in the vehicle, were killed on impact.
Man.
The suspect was pulled out from the wreckage, but also died on impact from the horrific crash. Earlier this year, a man in Dallas, Texas, successfully managed to rob a bank. After grabbing the cash, the man hopped into his Dodge
I think I remember this.
only to be followed by several police officers. Not long after the pursuit begins, a police chopper locates the souped-up vehicle and follows his every move.
Does he hit like a van or something?
The man in
Then
the
mom,
weaves in and out of
the
traffic
dad came out and just started going
entering and
up.
exiting highways in an attempt to flee. For several minutes, the criminal manages to successfully weave through traffic without causing any accidents. However, not long after exiting the highway, the man is temporarily distracted and sideswipes a black SUV, eventually colliding with the back of a minivan. The couple, along with a shocked young adult, emerge from the minivan and do something nobody expects. They run up to the Challenger and force the criminal out of the vehicle. Police in the chopper.
No, I don't think this is this one. No, this is a different one, I think.
Punch the criminal and hold onto his shirt, keeping him from running. The man and woman eventually throw the criminal to the ground and
is
keep
this
him there
that one?
until
I
police
don't
show
know.
up a few minutes later.
There might be a second
While
one.
Citizens are never encouraged to get involved in high-speed chases. There's no doubt.
Please, I'm like, they don't get involved. I'm like, I remember in the old Grand Theft Autos, you get paid if you took out the criminals. So I'm like, they hit me. I'm like, I'm taking them out. Like, did you get paid like $150 or something? I'm all like, I need to go back and see because I'm like, just in case. I'm all like, I got the suspect down. I'm like, do I get a reward or something? You know, I want my money.
Brave couple saved the day by taking action into their own hands.
That was
Thanks
good.
for watching. Please leave a rating and subscribe to see more videos
like this. Definitely good. When was this uploaded? This was uploaded in March. March, man. 3 months ago. Dang, I'm late. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Actually, the one police chase, I don't know where this is from. I think it was in the U.S. I think it was. But it was the Mustang. and the cop had hit him. Then he turned around, was driving backwards, but then just turned right back around and started driving forward. I'm like, okay. Then they did it again. He just still was driving. He driving in reverse, and then just turned around, put that car back, and was driving forward again. Then I think they hit him a third time. And I'm like, that was a Mustang. I'm like, that's one reason why I like Mustangs. But no, that was that police chase was crazy too. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was funny at the same time. They caught knowing they were mad, and that guy, he probably just cracked up laughing in that car thing. I mean, all police chases are bad. It shouldn't lead into a police chase. But I don't know. I guess these are some crazy police chases. The way that there's the outcome, how they let out. The one that was messed up, the ones that people they died in them, the one guy, he didn't even let the police know that girl was in the back. She could have lived if he had said something, but nope. But yeah, that's messed up, man. This is some of those police chases and things. But anyways, good video, Fact Faction. Really did enjoy it. Everybody, make sure you go subscribe to them. 25K away from 400K. But in that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know, maybe them fatal ones, there wasn't really much to enjoy about that and things. I don't think a lot of them, there's just police chases and stuff. But it's overall good video and things. Let you know about some crazy police chases and stuff, just in case you ever have a conversation about police chases. Fact Faction, they got you on the hookups and things. But anyways, please like and subscribe if you are new. And